Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Tony over at CUES. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up the Versalift VST-55-HDI. The purpose of this video is to get you familiar with this piece of equipment. It's not a certification video, it's a familiarization video, so that if you want to look through the video and see how to use a certain function on this truck, you can do that. What I'll do in the description of the video is I'll put some timestamps in, so that if you forget to use how to use a certain feature, you can go over to the timestamp, click on it, and go right to that spot in the video. So we'll get rolling on this, and I'll show you how to set up this truck and how to operate the features. So what you want to do before you activate the PTO is you want to activate the brake. This happens to be a Ford chassis. It's an electric brake, so I'm going to pull to set the brake. You can hear it go on. If it's on a Ram or something else, you probably have a foot pedal to press down on and activate the parking brake. Next, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to activate the strobes, and I'm going to activate the PTO. Then you'll hear the RPMs in the truck come up, and it should be engaged. So the first thing you want to do is lower the outriggers to get the truck stable. This toggle switch right here, and it says up for lift controls. It's a control selector, down for ground controls. So I want to make sure that's down. Then here are your outriggers for the front and the rear on the curb side. So let's get these set. And you want to go over to the other side. You want to get these set as well. Okay, so on the back of this truck there's a little level, and we're level, so now we can operate the lift. So what we want to do is come back to this toggle switch on the back of the truck where the outrigger controls are, and you want to hook it up to lift for the lift controls. Okay, so once the truck is level, the hydraulic boom lock right there should rotate for you and unlock the boom. If it is not, you may have an outrigger that doesn't have enough pressure on it, or the truck might be off center, and you might have to reset the outriggers until that opens up. Alright, so starting with the lower controls, if you want to operate the boom by the lower controls, you have to push this joystick in. You know, it says lower controls, upper controls. So you're going to push that in, and you want to raise the outer boom first. The outer boom is this one right here, and that'll come up and out of the pedestal first, and then you raise the lower boom second, and it'll come up and off of that pedestal. So you're going to press down and lift up to raise the outer boom. And then once you are up in the air, if you want to raise the lower boom, you got to do the same thing. Press forward, raise up, and then the outer boom will come up and off of its boom rest. So when you're coming back down, you want to bring the lower boom down first, and then once it's on the boom rest, you want to bring down the outer boom next. And then you just, same way, you just kind of push on that joystick and bring the other one down. And you can come down slow with it. Until you're all set, and then let go. So from the lower controls, all the other features work the same way. You would push, down on the joystick, and then up or down to do the rotation. Same way to operate the winch, and also the platform leveling. The platform will level in and out like that if you needed to level it from the lower controls. For some reason, if you need to stop the engine from the lower controls on the pedestal, there's a switch right here. And you can just stop the engine and then let it wait for about a minute to reset any relays, then to start the engine back up, and just hit the toggle switch again. And then it'll take a few seconds and you can hear the PTO and everything kick back in for you. So if you need to use the emergency backup pump for some reason. Say you have a worker that's in the basket and they've lost power to the platform, and you need to get them down. You can activate the backup pump, turn on the switch. Then you're gonna hit the lower control at the same time, the joystick, and the boom, and now I'll lower the boom for you. Just shut it off. If they're way up in the air, you may want to run the pump for a couple seconds, give it a minute to cool down, then run it for a couple more seconds, depending on how high up they are. They're not made to run continuously for a long period of time. So now we've covered how to use the lower controls. So now if you want to use the controls from the bucket, you're going to switch this to upper controls, just pull it forward, and now the upper controls have become active in the bucket. So to use the upper controls, there's a little trigger right under the handle right here, and to raise the outer boom, you gotta grab the handle and come up, and that'll raise you up and out of the boom rest. If you want to extend the boom out or retract it in, you basically pull the trigger and you can push over to the left or to the right. Tracks the bucket back in for you. If you want to rotate the bucket, you pull the trigger and then press forward or press back, and that would rotate the boom for you. To operate the lower boom, it's a little bit different. This truck, it's one of these joysticks right here, and you would pull up on the collar under the joystick button, press forward, and that'll raise the boom up and out of the boom rest. I'm not going to go up right now. It's kind of windy today while I'm filming this, so you can probably tell by the noise on the camera. But that's how you would do it. If you're up in the air and you want to rotate the bucket, it's this joystick right here on this truck, and you would pull the little collar up underneath it, and you can go forward for one way or back the other way, depending on how you want to reposition the bucket. This joystick right here you don't want to use if you're in the bucket. That'll tip the bucket forward or backwards, and that's how you use that function. So if you want to disable the power to the upper controls, you can hit the emergency stop right there, and that'll disable the power to the controls. You'll have no functionality. And then to re-enable everything, you just pull it back up, and it'll resend the power to the upper controls again. There are a couple of switches right here. Here's the engine switch. If you want to stop the engine on the truck, you can press down on it, and you can probably hear it. That'll kill the motor, the engine on the vehicle. Start the truck back up, push down again, hold for a second, and the truck should stop back up for you. So if you're stuck up in the air and you need emergency power to get down, you can hit the backup pump right here. You're gonna have to keep it pressed, and then use your other hand to pull the trigger and control the joystick so you can get down out of the air. So this toggle switch right here, if you want to operate the winch from the bucket, this will raise and lower the rope. So if you go forward, it'll lower the rope, and if you go back, it'll raise the rope. I'll show you how that works. So it's lower, and then if you want to recoil the rope back up, you can raise it. So then if you need to tilt the jib, that joystick is right here. You can go up or down with it. So you can raise up, and then if you need to come back down, you can toggle the joystick the other way, it'll come back down. If for some reason you need to extend the jib out, you can do that right here, and if you go forward, it'll extend out, and if you go backwards, it'll retract back in. And this is how that functions. Go up all the way out, and then you can come all the way back in. There are also a couple of pins on this jib for adjustment. You can pull this pin out and extend out or go in with the arm. And there's another pin right here. On the side of the jib, there's also like a little load chart here, and it'll tell you what range you're in, depending on how you have the jib positioned. So if you look underneath the winch, there's also another load capacity chart on the boom, and that'll tell you the range you're in on the boom side of things as well, right there. Okay, so now that you're done working and you're ready to go home for the day and you want to pack the truck up, this is what you have to do. Come back down to your lower controls on the pedestal, take your toggle switch, your joystick, press it forward. You want to take it out of the upper control mode. Then you're going to come around the back of the truck You're gonna take your selector, your toggle switch, you're gonna kick it down, and now you can pack up the outriggers. Come around to the other side. And if you go up, it'll raise them up. Then before you take off and you hit the road, you're gonna want to make sure your strobe lights are off, shut the PTO off, and disengage the emergency brake. Just turn that off. All right, so in a nutshell, that's how you use the functions of the VST-55-HDI, and hope you enjoyed the video. If you purchased your truck from us, I wanted to personally thank you for purchasing your Versalift truck from CUES. It's greatly appreciated. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment in the comment section of the video. I'll reply back to you. And if you'd like to call sales, our number here is 800-258-1010. My extension is 250, and you can get a price on this truck from us. Have a great day, guys.